Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
My boyfriend and I have been together for a year and a half. We've talked about finances upside down and sideways. But from my past experience, a lot of relationships say they're on the same page with finances, and then once they get married, one of them go and end up being a bigger spender than they originally led on to be.
So wait a minute. Your past experience, you've been married before?
I have been, yes.
And that's what happened before?
Oh, yes.
So you married a man without integrity?
Yes.
And it probably, that lack of integrity bled into other areas, which is actually why you got the divorce, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I guess my question is, I trust my boyfriend, but how do I don't know. I guess I'm terrified that we will get married and then it won't be everything we talked about. But I know it's just my past experiences that are making me feel that way.
I think we talked about it a minute ago in a sense, and for me, looking at it, I think it's wisdom to ask the question because you got burned before, right?
Right.
And but there's not, the only way to guard against it is to marry a guy of integrity.
Yes.
Okay. And I didn't say he was Jesus, and I didn't say he was perfect. I just said he had integrity. Meaning he is who he is, who he is, who he is. I mean, it's kind of like saying, okay, how do I ensure that my boyfriend won't call his old girlfriend after he's my husband? Because he's a person of integrity, and I would kill him. And, so
both and.
But I mean, you can't be sure of that except as sure as you are of the man's character.
Yes.
And so you need to date long enough that you are sure of his character, and you probably sit down and talk to your counselor, your pastor, about your wounds, which are valid wounds, and go, okay, I don't want to superimpose the other jerk on the new guy. That's not fair. But I also want to be wise and not let that happen again. So how do I balance those two things? And for me, I'm just going to be talking to your new boyfriend a lot about that if I'm you.
Okay. We talk about it like every day.
Yeah, he's probably sick of it. Yeah.
So is he in debt now?
Meet EveryDollar budgeters Christy and Steve. Their life is chaotic, but their money is simple because they budget with EveryDollar.
Budgeting with the spreadsheet took a ton of time.
But now with EveryDollar, I can do a budget in 5 minutes.
And tracking purchases is just as simple.
It's so freeing to know exactly where your money is going.
It just takes that stress out of the day-to-day life.
You got this, Hannigan family. EveryDollar. Create your free account today.
So is he in debt now?
He is, not a lot. He's got probably $20,000 to $30,000 in debt. I have none, but I also make no money to be in debt. So. Okay,
and is he actively trying to get out?
He is.
Aggressively?
He still spends. No.
Okay.
He still spends, but he is working towards it. I know he's paid off probably $20,000 to $30,000 in the past year.
Okay, so you think in another year he could be completely debt free?
Yes.
Okay.
He could be debt free in the next 6 months if he wanted to be.
Okay, so independent of you, whether you were there or not, he seems to be trending in a debt free direction. His behavior is there. He's not. It's not just giving it mouth service. He's actually doing it.
Yes. So I guess my next question is it stupid to wait until he's debt-free for us to make the next step of getting engaged? I know you always say to just put everything together and pay off the debt together.
No, I would not. I would not base my engagement on debt-free. I would base my engagement on his pattern of behavior.
Okay.
If he's going in the right direction and you're comfortable with his character and this is who you want to spend your life with, then spend your life with him. I'm not,
okay.
If you have to put out a
ultimatum,
I don't know, in order to earn my hand, you will have that's a little much. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
He's already earned it.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been together?
A year and a half.
A year and a half.
Okay. So this is still progressing toward an engagement, maybe in the next year?
Yeah. We don't tell people to wait to get married or have babies based on their debt. We do tell them to wait on those things based on how they're treating their debt. Are you being a freaking adult and addressing the issue, or are you still being a baby child?
Right.
And
no,
if
he's
that's
very
the deal.
responsible.
Yeah.
He's definitely addressing
Yeah,
it.
he's doing it. Everything you've described about the guy is solid versus the last guy. And so,
Right.
but I it's fair to say you got burned, and so I've got this spot, and man, you just really, I'm going to be super sensitive about this subject because I got burned before, and so, dude, you're going to have to be super diligent to stay on the path.
I'd share your fears and feelings with him and say, listen, this has happened in the past. I don't want to project this onto you, but I want you to know this is how I'm feeling. And if I'm him, now I'm going to be real sensitive and probably more aggressive to getting out of debt so that you feel like, man, he's going to provide. He's not going to be making dumb financial decisions that move us backward.
Yeah, Brittany, I'll give you an example, okay? We went broke. We had a brand new baby, a toddler, and a marriage hanging on by a thread. My wife was terrorized by our water being cut off, our lights being cut off, and me filing bankruptcy. She was in a constant state of fear. That was 30 plus years ago. I still, as a loving husband to this day, need to be aware that there is a wound when it comes to security around the issue of money with Sharon Ramsey. She's not a walking wounded warrior. That's not, and the wound has healed progressively over the 30 years, and my behaviors for 30 years have been different than the get-rich-quick moron that went broke, okay? So I've earned the right of trust, but I, as an act of love towards her, need to remember that if I even walk near the drawer where the emergency fund is kept, where the little file, so we can get to the emergency, if I even walk near the drawer, like I'm going to use that for something else, it puts her in a way different state of mind. And I need to keep that in mind in how I interact with her. This guy needs to keep in mind that you got burned before and you've got this sensitive place. And it'll be less sensitive as time goes along, but you just need to be aware of each other's wounded spots and go, why would we go there?
Yeah.
And so I'm just real aware Sharon needs to be reminded that we're okay.
And you earn it every day by continuing that same pattern of integrity. And the crazy part is it takes a long time to build the trust, and you can destroy it in a second.
Yeah, but even then, it's not unfair to me to, even though I've rebuilt the trust and a pattern's been for 30 plus years, right? It's not unfair to ask me to be aware that she has that sensitive spot, right? As a matter of fact, that's just how you live together if you're married. And so that's fair. It's fair, Brittany, for him to be aware of this. It's not an invalid feeling. It's not an invalid concern.
And there's tactical things you can do once you're married, like combining your bank accounts so you both have transparency into what's going on financially, doing that budget together, freezing your credit so that no one can go just take out a loan willy-nilly. And if he goes and takes out debt behind your back, well, clearly there's a very clear violation of trust here. And so that's your biggest fear, and I think there's things we can do before then.
And I guess my point is, in this case, were he to do that, knowing that she has this sensitive spot, this is more than just a violation of trust. This is like saying, I don't really want to be here.
Yeah.
You're like, you're
it's game over.
You're shooting the dead. I mean, you're shooting the cow. It's over, man. It's just dumb. So knowing that she's got that spot. So it's quite the opposite way to approach it. So it's a good question, Brittany. Thank you for bringing it up. And it's a pretty standard thing if you have been down you're going into a second marriage relationship. If the first one had some kind of money problems, which, by the way, money problems, money fights, number one cause of divorce in North America. So if you went through a divorce, high probability that there's a money issue in there. Yeah. And then you take that to the next relationship, and how do I deal with that and not have that happen again? That's why I wanted to spend a minute on her question, because it's not just for her. It's for, out of the 40 million people out there listening, it's probably a couple more just like her.
A lot of people have that baggage from previous relationships, whether it's family or a loved one, a marriage, and it takes a long time to heal from that and to trust again.
Yep.
And at any moment, you're going, my body's saying, this could be broken. This could be broken. Alert, alert. And so it takes time, like you said, to get away from that and to heal from that. And hopefully over time, you guys build the right habits. You do the things we teach, combine bank accounts, get on a budget, and that'll sort of disappear into the back of your mind.
Yeah. When there's no money being spent that you're not aware of and have agreed to, that makes trust really easy. And that's called a budget. That's called doing your every dollar budget together as a couple when you're married. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.